Hey guys, in today's video I want to do a little demo. I want to apply this Beige Healthy Glow bronzing cream from Chanel. This came out a few months ago and I bought it directly off of Chanel's website. It retails for $50. I've been waiting for a really long time for Chanel to come out with a deeper shade of this cream bronzer because for the longest time I used the original, which is the Soleil Tan de Chanel, and this is my second tub of this product. What I like about the original is that it leans a little bit more orange, but I really can only get away with using this one during winter, and you can vaguely see it against my skin tone because it blends right in the summer. I can pretty much use this as a foundation because it blends right in. And if anything, it may look a little bit lighter on me. So let me show you guys a quick look at a comparison between the two because the contrast is so different. And I do wish at some point they can expand on this line and do different variations, different undertones of these. I've used this one on medium skin tone and it looks beautiful, guys. It blends out really nicely. I love this product, but I'm really happy that they came out with a deeper shade. This one though leans very red, and I kind of wish that they would have stuck with the similar undertone of the original, but it still blends out nicely. It still looks really great on the skin. So I'm gonna apply the new one first. I'm gonna use two different brushes because I am gonna apply the original Soleil Tan on my right side and then the new one on my left side so you guys can see, and then in the end I'll end up applying this one all over my face. I do usually like to, my desk is so full right now, I do usually like to pull the product out with a spatula because I always fear that I'm gonna break out or I'm gonna, you know, do like a cross-contamination of this product, and I break out really easily. So I usually pull it out with a spatula and put it to the back of my hand. I don't need very much. The original one, I felt like it, when it dried a little bit more velvety. These seem to dry a little bit more satiny. And I'm just going to start right about here and tap it in. I love that they came out with this. It felt like forever. I don't know why it took them so long. And I'm using one of the MAC small stipple brushes. I think this is a 130. Can you see? So I've applied this product in the past, not only the original but this new one, and haven't set it, and it lasts on my skin pretty much all day because it's not tacky. It's not like a heavy cream type of product. It does dry and settle at some point. It blends out very easily. Let me grab a little bit of whatever's left over of my foundation here so there's no harsh line. I didn't require too much of that. I picked up way too much of this. And I'm also going to apply it on the side of my nose. I sometimes like bringing it into the crease here. You see? It looks a little bit stronger when I'm facing the camera head on, but it's blended out. I'm gonna use the remainder of this under my chin, behind my ear here. And bring it all the way. Because of the scent, if you have sensitivity to perfumes and stuff like that, you may not like this. I'm gonna grab the original and just pull out, again, a little bit of product. I can get away with using a little bit more of this one because it really can barely see it on my skin. So I can keep applying and applying and applying, and you can barely see it, if you can see it at all. So same thing, just putting it on this side of the back of my hand and picking it up with a clean brush and work it into the brush here. I don't know if you can see anything, but I'm applying it. You really can't tell that I'm wearing anything with this product, so I can only use it in the winter. It does add a little bit of warmth, but as far as color wise, it's the same tone of my skin, so you can't see it right now. I am gonna apply it just to show you guys. And then just for reference, I am an NC45 in MAC. I am in, what is this, Syracuse in the NARS. This is a Radiant Foundation, Natural Radiant Foundation. I'm Tahoe in the Sheer Glow. What other foundations do I have? I think I'm 500 in the, what is this shade? 500 in the Loreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwater Wear. And I think a 7 in the L'Oreal, what is that called? L'Oreal Foundation. I haven't used that one in a while. So you can tell that it, if you can see anything, it's very subtle. Not really noticeable, but it does add warmth, which I like. Because it's a little bit more orange tone than my skin. But it doesn't add depth like this one does. Can you tell? I'm sitting back a little bit because if I get closer, I look a lot lighter. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little close-up. So I have the original Soleil de Chanel here, and then the new one on this side. And then I also have it on the side of my nose. And as you can see, it blends out really nicely. I love it. It leaves a slight glow to the skin also, which I adore. All right, let me grab whatever's remaining of the deeper shade, the new one. And I like maybe like drawing on a line here and then blending it upwards. And then I also bring it to the temples. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of voiceover because I'm not doing much talking during these clips. In some areas of my cheeks, color doesn't really pick up very well, so you're gonna see a little bit of patchiness, but it's not this product, it's just my skin doesn't pick up any pigment. I started using the original Soleil de Chanel in my mid-20s, and now I'm in my 40s. So back then, there was not a lot of color variation as far as foundation for anyone that was within my skin tone range, let alone of anybody of deeper skin, which is the reason why I love this product so much. And back then, I never used foundation. I solely stuck to this bronzer because it blended out very well into my skin. Although it's up to par with my skin tone, it is a little bit warmer. So it added a little bit of coverage to my cheek area, which is usually where I like the coverage. And it added a little bit of warmth, again, because it's a little bit more orange tone. For many years there, I never set it with anything, but sometimes I will go in with a powder bronzer, and this cream bronzer is a really great base for any powder bronzing type of products, but I don't find that I usually need to set it. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup off camera. I am going to add a blush and a little bit of highlight, but I'm not going to add any bronzing powder. As of right now, it still feels like it's settling, but it's feeling a little bit more satiny. But I'm going to let it settle a little bit more because I feel like if I end up going like this, I am going to end up removing some of the product. But I don't think I'm going to add any powder to this area. I'm going to leave it as is, and then I will come back and show you guys what it looks like with everything completed. Okay, I came into a different room because the lighting that was coming into my bedroom was a little bit bright, and it was washing me out a little bit, and it was also washing out the colors of the cream bronzers. So I think it's picking it up pretty true to what these look like in person, as well as myself. And you can see how pretty is that, the warmth that it adds to the skin. I think it's so pretty. And then I also wanted to point out the difference in formula. Although both of these do dry to a satin finish in the end, the new one, and you can see here, looks more glossy. And when I pick it up with my finger, it feels thinner and it feels more oily, but once blended out, it dries to a satin finish. So they both dry to the same finish pretty much. This one, which is the original one, now this is the reformulated one. The original one, that one dried to a velvety finish, and I actually much preferred how that one set more so than I do this one, although this one does feel really nice on the skin. Just the other one felt more velvety, almost like it dried powdery, if that makes sense. This one is more creamy and it feels heavier when I pick it up with my finger, but as you warm up the product or you blend it out to the skin, it thins out a little bit and it also dries to a satin finish. Lastly, let me share with you guys the blush that I applied, which is Malice. This is a pinky peach blush, and it is also from Chanel. I think it's coming out a little bit more pink here than what it looks like in person, but that's what I have on the cheeks. And then for highlight, I applied the, what is this called? The Hourglass Ambient Lighting, and I have Radiant Light, which is the deeper one. I focus this in just the high points of my cheekbones, but I did not apply it to the rest of my face. Usually I bring it down to the apples of the cheeks, but I try to keep away from that. So whatever glow you're seeing here is coming from the cream bronzer. And I didn't add any powder or anything to this. I don't find that I ever really need to do that because it lasts on my skin all day. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.